Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Hope you're having a good day. Today we are continuing our Ultimate General Civil War playthrough, and we are actually going to be finishing up the Battle of Second Manassas. We are moving on to the second day of the Battle of Manassas, the day which we received all of our reinforcements. Longstreet historically would have arrived the day, technically later in the day before. Lee had him hold, or I can't remember how it goes, if Lee had him hold back or if Longstreet chose to hold back and Lee wanted him to go in. I know one of them wanted to go in, the other one wanted to hold back. I actually cannot remember at the moment who wanted which. I'll have to look that up after the battle, but I probably should have looked that up beforehand. But we're on to day 2. Stonewall Jackson historically would have held. This time it was our general. In fact, Stonewall Jackson was actually injured in yesterday's battle in the last episode. We have managed to hold our position versus superior forces, and now all Confederate reinforcements are present. It is time to counterattack and sweep the Union Army away from the battlefield, which is exactly what we're going to do. It was a very hard fight yesterday, but we managed to hold our position against a much bigger army. Pope does not seem to understand the tactical situation. He mobilizes for another large assault on our center. Either Pope does not know Pope does not know that we are having more reinforcements, or he believes we want to withdraw from the area. That's a weirdly worded saying right there. We are now fully ready to initiate the counterattack with our fresh corps. Your primary objective is to hold our center at Stony Ridge and find the right time to attack the Union left. Securing these ridges, it is advised to wait for Porter to sacrifice more of his men into another futile frontal assault and then retaliate. Afterwards, we will sweep the area of Yankees and proceed to the east. Good luck, General. Alright, so we'll immediately pause. Some of our forces yesterday took a beating, so we're going to put those particular forces in reserve. Let's go ahead and run all these guys into position. In fact, have Archer go to that one, put the Iron Warriors to this one. We're not going to bother trying to hold that front line, I don't think. I'm actually I have my guns a little bit farther back on the ridge here. So let's see, we moved Archer, Current, Night Lords here. We will take up this position here, pick it behind him. I guess Sims will hold right there. Who's that? Gibson. Kemper will hold the immediate right, and we'll move the warriors back some. Alright, I think that'll do. We'll move our skirmishers back. Just sort of position them into this area. I don't think they're going to attack over there, but we really don't need them at this point in the battle. And we'll move Gavin and Forrest out this way to help with the assault. Alright. These 3 brigades, as well as their cannon, will move up. Sort of sweep across the battlefield this way. While the others provide the flanking assault. The others being the 2nd Corps. Third Division, we will have just come all the way this way. Get them ready to advance on the next hill. 2nd Division will have minus guns come up this way. And then the 1st Division will just sort of station right here for now. And then the guns of our 2nd Corps. Guess we can just move into these woods for now. And then the cavalry, we'll have them scout ahead. As well as our skirmishers will scout ahead as well. I believe that's going to be everybody except for my general and the supply wagons. Alright, let's go ahead and play. Just go ahead and run everybody into position. Am I missing one of my gun batteries? Oh no, all 4 there. See if we can't get this cavalry to meet up with the other ones to the south. You guys are hurting for ammo, so I'm wondering if I shouldn't move my baggage train, actually. Where'd it go? Wondering if I shouldn't just use these supplies to actually resupply my other troops. I know some of these guys, I believe, were hurting for ammunition. Some of them are pretty well off. Actually, we're not hurting as bad as I thought. It's very quiet. I don't know what the AI is doing, but they don't seem to be mounting any sort of assault just yet. They are sort of holding over here. They are moving towards my southern areas. Or at least the southern end of my line here, the right flank. But we do have these fresh units. Granted, they're green. Hopefully these guns can help out. Okay, we are starting to see some more Union troops to the north here. Where's that baggage train? Okay, and get them all the way. try and see if I can't bring my cavalry up through the rear here. Just try and see if I can catch any of the baggage trains or artillery laying unaware. As well as, let's go ahead, now that they've scouted ahead, move them up as well. That should get them in yet. Okay, good. Start the assault on that hill. And these guys are getting into position. Form up. Form up. And get these guys ready to assault as well. And then the 3rd Corps, the 3rd Division, sorry. Prepare themselves to assault that hill when that next part of the battle unlocks. Although in the meantime, let's go ahead and move our skirmishers up. Alright, let's get these guys marching forward. Sure, oh, they're just barely in range. In fact, they're not even in range. Let's get them going forward. What else do we got down here? Just our guns coming up. Ooh, they're getting flanked by. I'm not sure what just happened there. I guess Doubleday attacked Crocker, as I'm assuming what just happened. They definitely put a lot more troops in defense than I was expecting them to do. In fact, they got quite a few troops just in the defense of these 2 hills. Where is... Yeah, Johnson, not doing anything down there. See if I can't get some flanking fire on those troops. And my snipers go after that cavalry unit. Doubleday is really affecting this assault on Chin Ridge here. What was this, Dugan Ridge? Dugan Ridge, right? Yeah, Dugan Ridge. I think our most effective units so far have been the ones from our 3rd Corps. Everybody else in my 2nd Corps is just getting beaten back. Although my snipers are gonna be doing some damage here in a minute against that artillery gun, which is probably what's really affecting the casualties over here. New trip go up. I have an opportunity to get some of those supplies there, if we're lucky. Although they are retreating some of their forces, so maybe we should just be patient and see if they come towards us. No, guys, you don't do that. Do not turn the flank. Alright, so one surrendered, so that's always good. Yeah, it looks like they didn't even attempt to attack us. They just sent all their troops into the defense of these hills, which is why we are struggling so much. It's not usually what you see in this battle. We're at least starting to break them at Chin Ridge. Dugan is going to be a little bit more difficult. Oh! Oh, now we know where all their artillery is. Alright, so they do have troops up in here. So again, we're just going to have to be patient and hopefully pick off units as they come up. Supplies and whatnot, that is. Alright, so it looks like we've taken Dugan, or Chin Ridge, sorry. So, 3rd Corps, I'm going to move them up to help deal with the infantry that will more than likely start retreating here. And I'm more than happy just leaving my 1st Corps up there and not attacking them. They've already taken enough damage for the one day. Okay, and there we go. Now we move on to the next portion of the battle, which is to take Henry Hill and try and capture and destroy as much of them as possible. And they actually had a few cannons up here, which we will hopefully quickly dispatch. They're already running them like crazy. Yeah, I'm tempted to, but I think my infantry can actually chase down these cannons. Let's just get these guys out on a run. Let's advance this third corps up some. Where's Johnson? Let's get him up here to help give them moral support. I guess we should halt these guns. Nope, nope, that's not what I wanted you to do. Guys out of there. Like I said, I don't want to even play with the idea of moving the first corps up. I don't think it's worth it, because all of the second corps and this little bit of a third corps that I have had assembled, it's just going to be rookies, replaced with rookies, that is. So I'm not all too worried about getting them just rookies to replace the losses. So that's what we're going to use to just fend off the rest of these guys. Hopefully we can start surrounding them, bringing in my second and third corps around their rears. We sort of have them entrapped up here. The only way for them to go would be up this way. Interested to see. I want to try and get to this spotting location. One, because there's obviously some supplies up there. Nope, nope. They do have troops still hiding up there. We do have a opportunity for a single cart. I think I just saw a supply train coming down this hill. Can we get to him in charge in time? Come on, Gavin, get in there. You can do it. There we go. Beautiful. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. We gotta keep telling ourselves that. Alright, let's start moving up the backside of Dugan Ridge. Start giving them a nice sweeping arc. Turn and face him. Don't take a flank shot. Let's see what we got going on up here. We'll leave Marston down here to see, keep an eye on those units. Well, our third corps is taking some casualties, but I'm not all that worried about that. As I said, Second Corps, I'm a little more concerned about. Of course, the supply train that he actually took was actually empty. Okay, get these guys out of there. Okay, don't want to keep running them. Those two are going to be going up that way. Ooh, has some possibility of taking out some cavalry down here. Let's form up my cavalry. I'll leave Ransom up here just to guard. Okay, let's go ahead and set up my artillery on the lower face of this hill. So they're in the Union flank. We'll keep Avery up here just to help out. We did go ahead and kill their general hiding back there. Let's see if my cavalry can go ahead and end theirs. Get them out of there. Move these guns forward. Get them in fire range. Weed down and up and around. Crocker will leave in reserves just to keep with this push. Move these guys back to try and just try and boost their ego a little bit more, or their morale, sorry, not their egos. They're almost out of ammo, so we'll go bring up the ammo train. Again, sort of just trying to force them all towards my lines if I can. Try and cause as many casualties towards the Union as I can, try and get as much weapons, because we are going to have to replace a lot of troops. So if we can get them replaced with relatively good amounts of weaponry, I'll be okay with that. Let's see if I can get a little cheeky. Break off some skirmishers. Maybe capture a supply wagon with the skirmishers. It might happen. Or it looks like he's running towards the battle to the south there, so he's not even paying attention to my skirmishers. Maybe get in there, guys. Watch it just be another empty baggage train. No, this one is actually completely full. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's move weed up this side. Looks like they lined up for an attack, but didn't commit to it. Well, they're chasing that cavalry unit all the way across the map. Probably should move up my general. Yeah, it's a condition. Let's run them into position. Try and get a shot on those guns. Maybe before they get their shot off. Thinking maybe, I mean, there might be an opportunity to bring my cavalry up and around and then into the rear, but I don't know if that maneuver is going to be worth it. Whatever happened to the guys up here? I'm going to chase them all the way into the woods. I mean, this would be an opportunity to charge or move in my first corps, but I just don't think it's worth it for me. Oh, there's actually some skirmishers down this direction. Oh, there's actually a lot of skirmishers down here. Oh! Okay, we should be able to get those back. We're probably going to lose them, but should be able to get them back. We might get in there in time to save them. Nah, they're gonna get them. Well, they took them back temporarily. Alright, we should probably pay attention to what's going on up here. We're losing men. They're almost out of ammo. Let's actually replace bats with Crocker. Let's move this ammo train this way. And we should be able to move these guys forward. Wow, these guys are just taking artillery fire. Move forward. No, I'm sorry, gentlemen. It's going to take him a minute to get back up to strength, morale-wise. Oh, and that guy's empty, so we'll get him out of there. Probably best we resupply our guns. And it looks like, oh, did we lost one of our cavalry units, it looks like. Or maybe they rode off the map? Did we? Okay, yeah. Okay, good. For a second there I thought we lost one of our cavalry units. Now these guys, we might be able to do what I was talking about. Move them into the rear. His morale is improved enough to be able to move forward. See if he can't shoot at the guns. Oh, Brooke got flanked there. It might be time to save. No, you know what? There's not that much time left in the battle. Shabadood. Yeah, we're just taking casualties at this point, so I think what we're gonna do, get all these guys out of combat. These guys are fine where they're at, but let's go ahead and move all these guys down the hill. And just sort of end this battle. It comes a point where, yeah, I'm not too worried about casualties, but at the same time, I'm worried about casualties. I don't want to amount too much and then have my recruit pool sort of suffer for it. So let's go ahead. We're just going to fast forward this. And we're going to finish the fight. That's good enough. I'm not too worried about it because ooh, yeah, 16,000 now. Granted, we cost about 40,000, well over half their army has been destroyed, but still 16,000 for us. That hurts. That's gonna hurt, and we're gonna see that when it comes to rebuilding our armies. All in all, though, I mean, Curtin, I would actually say Archer probably had the better performance when you consider his losses were much lower. But as you can see, it really is. Jackson for the Union was the highest, and even then, even though he killed a lot of our troops, he lost almost everybody. Only 765 of his men were remaining at the end of the battle. Granted, Curtin only had 850, so yeah. Now this is only going to tell us our first or second day. For some reason, it doesn't show you all 3 days. Like if it's a multi-day battle, it only shows you your officer losses at the end of the whatever the final day of the battle was, which is kind of annoying because like you don't see Jackson on this list, even though Jackson was wounded on that second day, whatever you want to consider that to be. But ooh, we captured a lot of Springfield, so we're going to be able to put a lot of that into our first corps and second corps more than likely. In fact, it might actually help to start fill out some better weapons into our second corps. 10-pound parrots, 10-pound ordnance. We're not going to have to buy much artillery over the next few battles. But we did get a good portion of our Lamats back, which is going to be helpful, as well as our Fayettevilles. Some more Harper Ferries. About a unit's worth of Springfields. Not many of my units actually fielded Springfields, so that's probably why we only captured that much. 3,000 in supply. I would have loved to try and take some more of those baggage trains, but it just wasn't in the cards. So, all right, let's go ahead. We're gonna go to allocate our career points, and then we'll probably end this episode because we're already at about 38 minutes at this point. As you can see, we took some general casualties. Not too many though. Oh, Third Corps I'm not too worried about right now. But we will go ahead. Let's allocate these points. Probably economy and training is probably what we're gonna want to do right now. We'll put one in each one of those. Because we are going to be getting some veterans and we are going to be spending some money trying to buy guns here. So, I think that's the way we're going to go. Let's take a look. Again, we are going to be doing Sharpsburg or Antietam next. And we're going to need 3 corps, right? Yeah. Left, center, and right flanks. So we had 3 corps, but we're definitely going to need to fill out that 3rd corps before Battle for Antietam. We can have a few corps and reinforcements, but it's not going to be necessary. I doubt if we're going to actually have a 4th corps by the end of the battle, by the time we get there, because we only got 2 minor battles. I don't think we're going to get too much. 200,000. Neither one of these are very difficult, and we shouldn't take too many casualties. So yeah, I can actually see us actually doing okay. We do have some generals, but we'll do all this in the next episode. We finally are going to be able to unlock some Richmonds. We have the ability to requisition some Whitworths and some James rifles as well. That's going to be an interesting idea for us if we want to go that route. The only issue is once we lose these guns, we won't be able to replace them, so we'll have to think about that. I don't think I'm going to go down that route, but we'll have to think about it. But thank you all for watching. Appreciate you all continuing to watch this series. If you've been with us since the beginning, I thank you. And yeah, moving on to the next campaign, the Maryland campaign. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.